Good evening to all. Thank you for having me today. So as Chris mentioned, Tim Coughlin, who is our president and CEO, is traveling to Colombia at the moment, a very hands-on person. And well, I'm here with you today to tell you about our company. I'm Luis Puerto, VP of Corporate Administration. Previously, I used to be the Colombia country manager. So I know pretty well the situation down there and our projects. So yeah. So I won't get you bored with this. Anyway, we're going to be sending these presentations to all you guys later. So yeah, what we do. So Royal Road Minerals, we're listed in the Toronto Stock Exchange venture. Basically, we're a mineral exploration and development company with a focus on tier 1 copper gold deposits in the most prospective regions and underexplored regions of Colombia and Nicaragua. Our largest shareholders are Agnico Eagle, which is the third largest mining company in the world. And our share registry is largely institutionally held. Currently, we're advancing 2 exciting projects that we're currently drilling, copper and gold projects to resource stage, the Caribe project in Nicaragua, and the Guintar Niverengo project in Colombia, in the Antioquia province. So, you know, only under very specific circumstances we will ever build a mine. We're explorers. Unless we find an exceptionally high-grade gold mine, maybe that would be a case. But we are an exploration company. We look for very big deposits. Building a mine will cost billions of dollars or hundreds of millions of dollars. So I just wanted to clarify about our scope and what we do. So yeah, basically our main office is in Jersey, listed in the Toronto Stock Exchange. Our projects where we work at are in Nicaragua. So in Nicaragua, we work in the northeastern autonomous region in the famous mining triangle. That is a fantastic area, a prospective area. We have a JV partner there, Hemco Mineros. Actually, Hemco Mineros is the Nicaraguan vehicle of Mineros, a Colombian company that is listed in the Toronto Stock Exchange. They produce gold nearby in the Bonanza region. And we have 5 main projects there. We're currently drilling Caribe, that I'll be talking about in a few minutes. Also drilling Nueva America. And during the year, before the year, we're also going to be drilling Oro Fino, Bambanita, and Murciélago. So yeah, we're based in the northeastern area of Nicaragua in what is called La Región Autónoma de la Costa Caribe Norte. Okay, and in Colombia, well, we actually in Colombia we acquired the exploration greenfield assets of AngloGold Ashanti in year 2019. So actually, AngloGold Ashanti was exploring Colombia like for 20 years, and after all that work, they did some discoveries. They're focusing on that. And all the other greenfield projects and the good things that they work, we bought. It was a competitive process managed by RBC, and we got that. So basically, we have, we call Colombia the northern block that you can see in the northern part of the country, and the southern block. So in the northern part is in the province of Antioquia, which basically has state-devolved powers. So it has its own mining authority, and well, we do all the permitting with them. We're drilling a very exciting discovery right now as we speak, the Guintar Niverengo. Actually, today we issued a press release, and you might expect a lot of information, a lot of news flow coming in the next weeks and throughout the year. And in the southern block, well, the southern block is one of the most prospective areas, last frontiers of geology in the world, underdeveloped. Basically, the reason for that is because security-wise, it's been a challenging area. So it's like virgin land, you know, for exploration. And because of these security aspects, it's why the situation is of under exploration there. It's a slow process that we're betting on it. So we're drilling the projects Nicaragua, Colombia in the northern part. In the south, we are taking more time, but We have had an innovative approach. Actually, since we arrived to Colombia in year 2016, we have been aligned ourselves with the British Embassy in Colombia, with the Business and Peace Initiative, and also with the peace process of Colombia. We had an innovative agreement with ex-guerrillas for the southern part, where, helping reincorporate to civil life, bringing opportunities of development by private investment to the areas. And now with the new government, many of you might know that there is a change of government in Colombia since August. We believe that with this government, the peace process is going to be again enhanced. So we expect that our doors in the south will be opening. But yeah, that's a long run. So I'm going to be talking now about our value proposition. Basically, this triangle is our value triangle, where you can see a pipeline of exploration projects going up, from bottom to top, up to the point where we have a monetization of the assets. And from left to right, slower and faster, depending, for example, the security that happens in the south, or more to the north of Colombia or in Nicaragua to the right. Basically about us, we're looking for very big ore deposits, copper and gold. While looking for very big ore deposits, sometimes we find smaller ones, And for you as investors or potential investors, we have various exits depending on what the project is. So what we aim is a very big ore deposit, say more than 2 million ounces of gold equivalent. So if it is a very big ore deposit, and we think we're drilling two now, Caribe and Winter Niverengo, the terms of our JV agreements pretty much dictate what the exit is. So in the case of a big discovery, what we do is we spin out into a 50-50 venture, where the Royal Road Minerals shareholders can just decide whether they want to take one share for two in the new company that will be created that holds this discovery, or if they want to cash out, by selling. It's up to the shareholders when it's listed, or another alternative for the shareholders will be, before it's listed, just sell the shares of Royal Road Minerals after doing the discovery. So basically, we are a price appreciation game. First prize is for shareholders to finish up owning a part of a new world-class discovery in a new company and having a big share position in this new company for shareholders to cash out or hold. Again, it's about share appreciation. If it's too small, because in the way we have found smaller deposits, then we'll take these proceeds, reinvest into the company, and continue in our search for the big deposits that we're working for. In any case, it's also a price appreciation game when that happens. And our idea is to not come back to the market to do any further raises, but to sell our projects and fund our activities with that. An example is what we did in Luna Roja. We sold 50% that we own in Nicaragua, a gold skarn project where we sold for $22.5 million US and a net smelter royalty of 1.25%. So you might now ask, what do these guys have? Okay, what we got the Caribe project and the Winter Niverengo project in Colombia. Here you can see a map, basically surface geochemistry, where we collect some soil samples, not all over the area of our titles that are there. But when you see where the mustard colors are and the skin colors are, that's the big area where we believe that we have the mineralization, copper, gold, silver. I'm not a geologist, and I believe most of you aren't as well, so I'm going to keep this simple. Basically, I think we've hit what is a large concealed copper, gold, silver deposit, poking its head up, and we know it's somewhere down there. The intersections we've got up to now, 303 meters at 1 grams per ton gold equivalent, 126 meters at 1.4 grams, 118 meters at 1 gram per ton gold equivalent, 181 at 1.1 gram gold equivalent. Today we issued a new press release around 180 meters at 1 gram per ton. These are the sort of deposits that, if they work out, we're talking about a 50-year life of mine deposit that really interests the majors. As a matter of fact, Agnico Eagle is our largest shareholder, and this major also has mining titles and mining properties surrounding our project there, and also, well, Mineros, which is our JV partner for this project in Colombia, can also be an obvious exit for us. Currently drilling, expect a lot of news coming. Now I'm going to talk about Caribe. So Caribe in Nicaragua is sort of similar in a way. The thing is that this is a brand new discovery by us. You can see a geology map there as it's all concealed under a saprolite, which is like ancient soil, 30 meters around of ancient soil thick, completely flat out in the jungle. So actually we're pretty lucky to find it. You can see the geology there, but what you can see are the contours in mustard colors. That is where we have the best values of copper, and the dots where you see in red, the better values we got in sampling of gold. So basically for this project, we use two types of drilling. So one is a type of drilling that just goes through the saprolite, like the 30 meters deep, and we take some sampling of the soils. And then with these results, we determine where are our targets for diamond deep drilling targets. So that's what we have been doing during the last months. Results that we have that are interesting: 207 meters at 1.1 grams per ton gold, 100 meters at 1 gram per ton gold, 90 meters at 1 gram per ton gold. So we have indications that basically there is a large-scale copper and gold deposit there. Currently drilling, we'll continue doing. Our drill rigs are also they're working as we speak. So we are explorers. These are images of the two projects that I have just mentioned to you about. So keep expecting more news flow, more results. But if you remember our triangle, we also have a lot of other projects coming down in the value pyramid that we have. I don't want to get too long into this, but one of the things that are coming is Margaritas in Colombia. Margaritas is a project located a few kilometers down of Guintar-Niverengo. And we believe that it also has a very good gold potential down there. Actually, we're just getting the permits these days, and we expect to begin drilling there again, for the first time in the next couple of weeks. And we also have we believe it's a large-scale potential there. In Nicaragua, so this year, we're currently drilling Nueva America. This is another project different from Caribe, also in the mining triangle in the northeastern semi-autonomous region that I mentioned before. Oro Fino, we're going to begin drilling before the end of the year as well. So are we going to be drilling Bambanita in the northeastern part. So basically, what we aim at is to continue moving the projects down the pipeline and keep doing the value proposition that I mentioned in our pyramid before. So now I'm going to talk to you about our ESG. Actually, ESG for us has been in our DNA since the creation of the company. We have been pioneers in doing innovative agreements with ex-combatants, ex-guerrillas in Colombia. In Nicaragua also, we have been supporting various social and environmental initiatives. And with our Royal Road Accelerator, which actually has been a very innovative vehicle that we have to bring sustainable and social change through business. So basically, as a proof of our commitment to the ESG, we won 3 awards at the end of last year. So we won the ESG award for explorers and developers in Mines and Money last year in London. We won the Economic Development Award in the Colombia Gold Symposium in Medellin at the end of last year. And we also won the ESG award by the Colombian Ministry of Mines at the end of last year. Further to that, we're supporters of the Terra Carta. Terra Carta is part of the Sustainable Markets Initiative by His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales. Basically, I don't know if you heard about that, but it's just this initiative puts sustainability at the heart of private initiative. So we're supporters of that as well. Here we can have a view of our different social and environmental activities that we undertake in our projects. We have many, but I'm just going to talk briefly about 3 emblematic projects that we have been supporting. So in Nicaragua, we have the conservation of the yellow-naped parrot, which is a very important species that is in danger of extinction, but that brings a lot of ecosystemic balance to the regions of Nicaragua. We also have a program of trees of gold, a reforestation project, aggressive, that we're undertaking in both countries, Colombia and Nicaragua. And we're also having a coffee roasting project in the area of Guintar in Antioquia. Colombia is famous for its coffee, and well, we do a very good coffee now as well for the community. So we support them with a coffee roasting machine. We roast the coffee, we help them market it, and actually we're bringing some samples to Jersey to open markets for them here in the UK and elsewhere. So about our carbon footprint, well, our footprint is of 600 tons of CO2 equivalent a year. We plan to offset it by 12,800 trees this year. We're working on it at the moment. About the accelerator that I was mentioning to you about, social change through business. An exploration company or a mining company, although we are explorers, the thing is that when you go to these regions that are like abandoned by the state in these countries affected by conflict and whatnot, to bring opportunities also to those communities. So if we find a deposit, great, that's what we are here to do. But if we don't, in any case, leave something behind for the community. And this is what this is about. So Chloris is a cannabis company that we created in Colombia. And, well, currently this company employs previously displaced people affected by violence, ex-combatants, and, well, we are enhancing this project. What we do is we just support with seed funding, our access to capital markets, friends and family around, and then we just let the company take flight by its own. Quasia, this is a plant that we found in Nicaragua, part of the communities where we're planting it, and we supported research and development for them. And basically it has many traits as biopesticides to treat ticks in animals. So it has a big potential for the communities. Amaral, also this same plant. Basically, this plant can be used to replace hops in the beer process, beer manufacturing process. And actually, hops prices have been very expensive lately, so this would be a game changer for cost of beer production. Bee fly, we take like this type of fly in Colombia, and with the larva and, well, some process that the animal does, then we take that as a feedstock for animals, and we're supporting a local community that had this idea. And the coffee cherry, as Colombia is a coffee area, well, we're helping the communities find value in the byproducts of coffee crops. So about our history, so we're listed in the TSXV around 2015. Important aspects, well, in 2018, Barrick became our largest shareholder, and then they sold their position when they merged with Randgold. That position was taken by Agnico Eagle in 2019. Also in 2019, we did the acquisition of the exploration assets of AngloGold Ashanti. Actually, that was a very tough process that we went through with many bidders. And also we had a really good foot already in the southern part of Colombia with our agreement with the ex-guerrillas. We had already done some formalization areas or promised to do some formalization initiatives that we're currently undertaking with the miners there. So that was a good core competency that we have. So, yeah. And, well, we have a JV with Mineros S.A., the Colombian company that I mentioned about for Colombian exploration. And, well, we also sold the Luna Roja project. So these are some of the milestones that the company has during the last years. Our share structure, so we have 265 million shares outstanding. Currently we have 25.5 billion Canadian dollars in the bank. Our largest shareholders, as I mentioned before, are Agnico Eagle with around 18%, Mackenzie with 7.9%, US Global Investment with 2.6%. We also have 16 other institutions on the books who don't report, so I cannot name them now, but so that's an important part of our company. And just to close who we are, basically, well, Dr. Tim Coughlin, he's a very hands-on person. As I tell you, he's down there in the work, visiting the country. We're having a new government, so he's a very hands-on person, supporting the project, the field. He's also a great geologist. And most importantly, we have like the different aspects that an exploration company needs in order to be successful. We have really good prospective properties in both countries, and also we have a management team that has done it before. If you know, he led Lydian, that did the discovery of Amulsar in Armenia some years ago. A big part of the team was already in that same company, so we just want to do it again now in Latin America. And we're in the track of doing it, led by internationally recognized team. We have a demonstrated track record of discovery, exploration success, and ESG performance. So yeah, if you have any questions, well, I'm here for the next minutes. And also via email, if I cannot answer one, we'll just solve it later. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Luis. Just give you the microphone. Got any questions? Anyone got any questions for Luis from Royal Road Minerals? Gentleman over there, please. There's also a gentleman over there.
Hello.
Hello.
I wanted to find out whether your employees there at the ground level entitled to pension benefits and medical benefits.
Oh yeah, that's very important for us. Actually, in Colombia and in Nicaragua, every employee that we have is under the current labor law. So in Colombia and Nicaragua, it means that we pay for health benefits that are by law, pension, labor risks, and actually also we pay higher than the minimum wage. And actually in many of the rural areas, other companies that dedicate, let's say, to agriculture, coffee, avocado growing, they pay people but something that is called jornal, but they pay like a day, so $20 a day or whatever, but they don't cover all of the other things that by law were required. So of course, we hire everybody with all the labor law benefits that are required.
Gentleman there.
You have a project generator business model. I was wondering, give us some idea of how long you hold a particular project and how much money you put into it before you move it on?
Well, that's a really good question. It depends of the project, but let's say, for example, the last project we sold that was Luna Roja, we invested there like, I don't know, around 3 million Canadian, and we sold it for 22.5. So it will depend, because for example, if we find a big ore deposit, then the price is gonna be in the hundreds of millions. So, it depends. And also, it depends on the places where we're working. So as I mentioned, in Nicaragua, things have been flowing faster than in Colombia. So Nicaragua is where we are rotating the projects faster. Colombia, the northern block, a little bit like in the middle. And the southern block in Colombia is the place where it's a cultural thing, it's taking more time, but that is where we believe that the bigger prizes are, because geologically it's underexplored because of the security aspects that have happened historically there. So it depends, but that can give you an idea of the situation.
So holding time is how long?
Well, we have all our mining concession contracts are to last 30 years by law in both countries. So as long as we continue generating and selling projects, so we continue funding, we're gonna be there.
Thank you. So, Luis, what is the current market cap and share price?
So currently we're trading at 19 cents, and our current market cap is 57 million Canadian.
And are you envisaging to list in London at any time?
Not at the moment, but
Is it planned? Are you planning to?
maybe, not really. It's not really in our plans, but we're open to any.
'Cause obviously you're
Moving
here
close.
presented in London, so it's a natural question to ask.
No, of course. The thing is that for companies like ours, Canada sometimes makes sense also because we are focusing Latin America, our assets, and also costs is efficient in Canada, listing costs, I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, so also we're listed in Frankfurt, but in reality, what is that Toronto Stock Exchange?
Okay. Question over there at the back row. Thank you.
Hi. So the recent elections in Colombia, that's obviously brought in a new leadership. They've said that they're not going to allow new exploration licenses be given to oil and gas companies who are coming into the area. Are we seeing something similar for mining companies? Will you see that impacting you going forward?
Okay, so that's a really good question. Yeah, the new president has said that he's not going to be awarding any more hydrocarbon exploration licenses. In what respects to mining, this new government plans to support a lot of artisanal miners, and I believe that we are well positioned for that. As I mentioned before, our initiatives in the south have been to work along artisanal miners in Nariño that have been historically with a rhetoric of against multinationals, but we have been building that trust for almost 3-4 years now. So we are in the area, they know us. We are also, a good thing of this government is that the peace process is going to be pushed forward, because the last government was not pushing it as much as the previous government before them. So I believe that, from answering your question, the mining won't be restricted. Most of our projects that we have in Colombia are for underground mining, so there won't be restrictions. And more with our thing and our value proposition to the country, which is reincorporation of ex-combatants, bringing opportunities to artisanal minings, innovative agreements that we have signed already in country. I think we're positioned better than any other companies down there right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, hang on, sir. Let's get you the microphone.
Thank you.
You mentioned that your policy is about having acquisitions and selling when you hit a big resource.
Yes.
What happens when you don't hit a big resource asset? And I see that the share price between 2016 and 2022 hasn't gone up at all, and I assume there's no dividend policy. So what's in it for shareholders then?
Yeah, so our value proposition is all about, let's say, share appreciation. Actually, if you compare, we were like trading around 8 cents at the beginning in 2016. We had a high of around 30 something, and right now we're in 19, but I believe that it's not different from any other companies that all the markets are being hammered at the moment. So again, what I mentioned is that the value proposition we have is the triangle. So we begin moving. If we haven't hit the largest price yet, but we have hit smaller projects yet. So what we do with that is there is a share appreciation for the shareholders. So when we sold Luna Roja, I think the price went like to 30 something cents. So there's a window of share appreciation when these type of events happen. But we're aiming to hit the big price that will be a massive deposit that we believe where we are currently drilling Caribe and Winter Niverengo, we are close to get there in those 2 discoveries that we have.
I just wanted to ask you about the unique business plan. You mentioned in one of the slides earlier about the shareholders can exit at any time.
Yeah.
So how does it actually work?
Well, when we reach a high, shareholders sell, and
So,
but I mean, when we have the strategy in our agreements with our JV partners, you mean, right? So, okay, about that. It's basically like when we hit a big deposit, generally what the agreements we have is that a new company is formed where both companies will own 50 and 50, for example, what we have in Winter Niverengo, okay? So in this case, the shareholders of Royal Road will have the option, when it's gonna be listed, to say, okay, I own shares of Royal Road, but also Royal Road made this discovery. So let's say for every 2 shares I own in Royal Road, I'm gonna get 1 share of this new company, right? Okay. So you're gonna have some shares of Royal Road, and you're gonna have shares of the new company. Or before that, you can sell the price when there's a share appreciation when we do the discoveries, okay, which actually happened in Luna Roja. That was a small deposit, yeah. But what we did for that, it was not like an exit strategy for the shareholders, although they can sell when these type of things happen, because anyway, there's a price appreciation there. But for us, as a company, is that we take those proceeds to reinvest so we don't have to go back to the market to raise any more money. For example, we're now working with that capital of that sale that we did before.
Okay, all right, let's leave it there. Lewis, thank you very much indeed.
Okay.
And any more questions, please ask Lewis over drinks and cannabis. Thank you very much.